Hi, everyone. Ronnie Rowe back again this week for another version of my YouTube channel and got some things to cover this week. First of all, I hope each and every one of you had a great week, good weekend, and stayed healthy and safe. And got a lot of stitching in. So I hope each one of you got a chance to do all of those. Like to welcome you back, as I said, and I'm glad to have you. One thing I want to point out, if you're subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it if you'd hit the little subscribe button when you're watching this YouTube video. Today, what are we going to cover? Got some things, morning light. We're still working on morning light. I got some pictures to show you. I've got a video with 3 different programs in it, the way I go through developing what I do in cross stitch, and I think you'll find some of that very interesting. But first, morning light. I've been stitching on it. I've gotten quite a bit, not half, but maybe a quarter of a way through it. So been working pretty hard at that. This is it where I am right now. I've got it in a hoop, and as you can probably see, I'm into this is the top of the design right here, and we're working in the trees in here, and we're coming over to this side. That's when we get into the rays coming down on the little shed, and so I've enjoyed it. I've actually enjoyed stitching this one. This one is a lot of fun. I've had a good time with this because of the colors. The colors seem to be coming together for me. I really like them, and so I think it's going to turn out very well. I've already, like I told you, I've already built the frame, and so that's already done. So I haven't gotten the mad board, the glass yet, but you'll see that in the coming weeks. And how long is this going to take? I don't know. It's going to take a while. Hey, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If any of you out there would like to stitch morning light along with me, send me an email. I'll send you the pattern. You send me an email, you get the pattern, the sheets. Now, the sheets aren't finished yet, but they're fine to stitch. I'll give you the DMC colors that I've selected, plus I'll give you the sheets if you want to stitch along. All you have to do. Now, I don't have the cover sheet showing you what the final things look like. You have to look at what I've put out here so far to see that. But if you want it, all you got to do is email me. Email me and tell me you saw it in the video, and I will shoot you a PDF file of morning light. And the cost to you is zero. Can't beat the cost. I mean, that's pretty cool. This will go out on the SD site once it's finished at some point in time. I don't know what I'll charge for it, but I'm sure I'll come up with a number. But anyway, that's the deal this week. But anyway, morning light, I have worked on that, and it's coming along very well. And in the video you'll see today, you'll see a program with morning light on the final product and how it goes into graphics and how it goes into Keynote, but all of that. Other thing I want to show you this week, I've been showing you some pictures every week that I've done in the past, and these pictures I'm going to show you today I wanted to do because no one's ever seen them. No shop, no distributor has ever seen these pictures. These are Ronnie Rowe original pictures that I've done and that I have enjoyed, something I have hanging in my house that I really, really like. The first one is a black and white. I'm going to show you 2 black and whites start off on it. This was during the black and white time when I was doing that. The first one is of my grandson, Ryan. Ryan, I don't know his age at this. I should know, but I don't. He's 14 years old now, but I'd like to show you a picture of Ryan. Wow. The hair was wow. That was fun to do, the hair. So I think it got him. And so anyway, this is one picture that's hanging in my house right now that will be here. No distributor, no graphs of this or anything. This is just it. So there's my grandson Ryan. So anyway, I did him. So then my other grandson Alex, I just said, well, I don't want to do a facial view of Alex. I want to do something different, something a little bit not abstract, but something got some depth to it and everything. And this is the largest design I have ever done. I mean, There's nothing close out there. The Capitol, all the stuff you see on the internet and everything, not even close to this thing. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it on the screen because this is a big picture. And let me make sure I got it right. This is Alex. That's my grandson, Alex. He's 12 years old now. I did this, and he was posing down on his hands and knees, took a photograph and everything, and this is what we come up with Alex. And this is huge. This is a big, big picture. And all of this is done on 18 count material. I apologize for the glare. The glare is kind of, I can't help that. But anyway, you get the idea. A lot of stitches, a lot of design work. And this is my grandson, Alex. And this also obviously is hanging in my house. The third one, I do have a granddaughter. And didn't want to do black and white. Wanted to do something in color and put something around her head and everything. And so Sierra is her name, and she is my son's little girl. Framed this thing up nice and did it all in color. And there's Sierra. She's a baby. So I don't know. I'm sure you can't tell by looking at this right now, but there is a whole lot of color in this. Very faint colors of the beiges in the picture and everything to capture her skin tones as well as in her eyes and everything. So anyway, that's one I framed up, and that's in my home too. But anyway, these three pictures are of my grandchildren I've done. Like I say, not in the shop, not with a distributor. No one really, other than the people around my family and right here, have seen these. So these are some things I've done in the past, and I've got a lot more of them that I have done for various people across over a long period of time. People have asked me to design something of the grandchildren, the dog, or whatever, and I have done that, and so, and I still do today. I still accept orders for doing that type of work. But anyway, I thought you would like seeing the grandkids. Anyway, that's my three pictures for this week. This week, I got 2 emails actually from people who had bought my patterns on Etsy. And both of them wrote me a letter. Loved the patterns, thought the patterns were great. One was the old green tractor, and the other one, oh gosh, the rowboat. And they had bought these patterns, and they got 12 sheets in them. And both people call and ask me about PDF file, about Pattern Keeper. Well, on my Etsy site, my other site, none of my designs are comparable to go into Pattern Keeper. I just don't build them that way. The way I build my work, it doesn't come out of a program that you can put it into Pattern Keeper the way I've done it. And this is the way I've always done it. I've done it before I think there ever was a Pattern Keeper, but they don't. My work is not compatible with that. But I'll tell you whose work is compatible with Pattern Keeper is a very, very dear friend of mine, Julie Hayes, who's Stitching with Jules. I think all of you people know Julie, and fantastic lady, fantastic designs. And I do know that every one of her designs are comparable to Pattern Keeper. So if you're looking for a design that you think you want to use Pattern Keeper and you don't like to stitch it the way Ronnie stitched it, counting over and doing, my graphs, I would certainly recommend going to Julie's website and everything in order. In fact, she's got a lot of patterns out with a lot of very interesting subjects, and I'm sure you can find something that you would really like. Fantastic work she's doing. And she also does the black and whites that I've done for years, and she's doing an excellent job on that. So if you see a design that you really like, but you have to have it on Pattern Keeper, it's got to go in Pattern Keeper, make sure you go to Julie's site. Go to Stitching with Jules or Stitching Jules, and she'll be more than happy to help you. And some beautiful work out there. So anyway, I wanted to give that out to you. Don't forget about the free morning light design. If you want it, you want to stitch along with me. I'm only going to do this for a short period until I finish the design. And when I finish the design, I won't send out any more patterns like that. So, but anyway, if you do want one, just give me a holler and I'll be more than happy. And don't forget to hit the little subscribe button. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going into a video to show you 3 programs I'm talking about with Morning Light and how we develop it and put it some together. And then I'll come back and say a few words. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to show you here are 3 different programs that I use to put my final product together. And this one obviously is Morning Light. This is the one I've showed you last week, which you're seeing on the screen right now. Is Affinity Photo. With what we have done to this picture, you can see we've got the light coming down, the colors. If you recall, we go up here and we can turn various things on and off. You see the tree right now getting lighter, a little bit darker. Here we're doing something with the clouds up there, not to give it such a harsh look on the right hand side. This is turning this on and off with our light. As you can see, we've changed a lot there, so we can get our final product. If I turn all of these on and go down, turn this one off, that looks like the final product, and we'll lighten it up a little bit as we go along. But I kind of like that. I like the light coming down on the right hand side. So anyway, we go from this program. This is Affinity Photo, and one you haven't seen before is this one. This is Graphics, made for Macintosh, and Graphics is the program I use from Affinity Photo going into my final thing, Keynote, which I'll show you in a moment. Now, Graphics, you'll see a lot of white squares up here on this, and the reason for that is I'm going to blow this thing up a little bit, and now we start to come together. We start to see some symbols in the white squares. These white squares over here on this particular area, layers, the white blocks, if I cut those off, obviously they go off and I can move them around and do where I want them. But for this purpose right here, what I'm going to show you is my design area, how I get this into my final product. And I'm going to be working with Keynote. This is Keynote right here. And I have gone through with sheet number 9, 10, 11, and what we're going to do is sheet 12. I'm not going to bore you going through each sheet because everything is done, well, basically the same way. So anyway, getting back to this one. So sheet 12, let me go back here. Since each one of my sheets, I have 6 squares going down the side, and I've got 7 going across the top. And I already know that on this graphics program, this area right in here is what we're going to be working with now to put into Keynote. So what I do is I go through here and I blow this thing up, and that looks pretty good right there. And I'll go down to one of my screen capturing tools, and this is not and my screen capturing tool will let me go from here to here. And so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to capture that. And I'll go back to this right here, and I'm going to get out of that, and I'll go over to my Morning Light sheet number 12. Now what I have to do is go through here and move some stuff around and take this we just had, I'm going to put it over here. This is what we just captured, this portion right here of sheet number 12. And what I do to get this thing turned, I'll go in here on this and I'll rotate this thing 270 degrees, and that gives me my graft on this piece of paper. And I go back up here to the other one, I measure, I want them the same size. This was 879 by 756. So I go to my new one and go through and type 879 times 756. And when I do that, that's the same size as all the rest of my sheets. I have guides up here that I have put in, as you can see. So now what I can do is I can go through this thing if I want them all to be really right on the guidelines. I can go through here on click on this, and I'll move that corner right up here to that guideline as so, and go back to my regular view, and there you go. I got sheet number 12 already done. So that's how Ronnie Rowe, and you can see these other sheets if they have gone into Morning Light, sheet number 1, 2, and if I do a preview of this, you'll see sheet number 1, 2, and so on. So that's how Ronnie Rowe gets going on his layout. Okay, guys, now that you've seen the video of the Morning Light in those 3 programs, I hope this gives you some insight about how I go about doing what I do. I'm not very good at sitting there on the computer, sitting there showing people how to do stuff going along, and there's lots and lots of steps that in between you haven't seen to get where to get to the finished product. But anyway, I hope that helps a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the 3 pictures of the grandchildren, and don't forget the free chart it's coming your way. All you do is email me, rrowe125@verizon.net. And I'll get that back. I'll get that out to you as soon as I get that. Next week, we're going to do continue on, I'm sure, with Morning Light. I won't finish stitching by then, I'm quite sure. Thanksgiving week is the week after next. I've got a lot of family coming in. I don't know how much I'll get done. I'm sure I won't get any done. Be playing with these 3 grandkids and son and my daughter and family coming in. So we'll be doing that Thanksgiving week. I don't even know if I'll have a video, but I'll try to and keep you up to date of what's going on. What else was I going to say? It was something else. Oh yeah, next week I'm going to continue on after 43 years of doing this stuff. You know, there's got to be some stories, and I got some more stories I want to tell you about things that happened to me in cross stitching, and quite amusing. Some of it really is amusing what I've gotten. So I think you're going to enjoy that. So until then, thank you for coming by and seeing me again this week. And as always, please be safe. Bye.